I want the audience to feel shocked on their first time seeing the pieces, because I know for sure some of them are going to be a bit unsettled, but that's what we need. We need the audience, or rather my target, the parents and guardians, to feel targeted, to feel like they need to be introspective with themselves. My name is Shannon Ford, and I am a final year student at BCC in the Associate Degree Program for Fine Art. I will be presenting 3 pieces at the portfolio on May 14, 2026. My mediums would be, I have 2 pieces made out of red clay and 1 mixed media watercolor piece. The 2 clay works are going to be speaking directly to identity in children to date, both female and male aspects. And the painting, mixed media painting, is going to be a sort of inclusive visual aspect, visual observative aspect to how children to date are publicly displaying themselves. My theme is based off of the Bible verse Proverbs 22:6. Essentially, the theme title is Bring Up a Child. Raise up a child in the way they should go, and when they're older, they will never depart from it. And I chose this theme because I want to be a teacher in the future, and the way how I'm seeing children now in Barbados, especially the Bajan youth, it's not how I was raised, and it goes against a lot of the Christian morals that Barbados is supposed to be based on. And it hit me, it impacts me so much so because I'm going to have to deal with these children and their children afterwards. I do have 1 family member, but that was his past. And I've seen where he's changed his ways, right? But I've seen how he grew up. I've seen the consequences, the physical consequences after his bad actions or bad choices. And in a way, I want it to be that children don't have to go to that extent, because children nowadays are really mature. They're getting to be even more mature than they need to be. They're not being allowed to be children anymore.
My pieces are to tell the stories of the miracles, so I would like them to see it, understand the story, but also see that Jesus can do miracles for you too, and that it wasn't only for them. Also, you can come out and experience others' works and see their skills and what they are telling, what their stories are, and be a part of the show. My difficulties with clay, it is very unpredictable. So as it dries, it tends to warp and go out of shape from what you put it. So it is hard, especially I'm doing slab method, so I have to keep a heavy object on top of it when it's drying in order for it not to go out of shape. When it dries, it becomes very fragile, so you have to be very careful, especially if you're doing like thin pieces, so it can break easily. My name is Kiara Mason, and I am a final year student at the Barbados Community College in Associate Degree of Arts. I am presenting 3 pieces at Portfolio on the 14th of May 2026. My concept is based off of miracles of Jesus, and I am doing 3 of them. One would be based off of the disciples, the 12 disciples. Another one is with Peter sinking, taking his eyes off of Jesus. And the final one is friends having faith and leading their friends through the roof to be healed. I am using red clay, mainly red clay, but I'm also using some fabric, a little bit of fabric, some cardboard. I genuinely enjoy using clay, but also it goes with what I'm trying to present in terms that clay is a historical material. It was used back then, so I wanted to make it like it was from back then.
My name is Shaquille Hewitt. I prefer Shaq. I am a second-year associate's degree art student. My theme is the prejudice of perception, and I chose it because I find a lot of the issues that we deal with throughout the Caribbean, especially Barbados, it's how people perceive themselves and how people perceive each other, and how it tends to put roadblocks in many different aspects of life. So I'm just using this as a vehicle to share my thoughts. Personally, I've encountered a lot of roadblocks because of, it could be economic reasons, it could be something as simple as language, the way that I speak. It could be how you dress, how you carry yourself. So all those things to me lead into the perception and the prejudice that people would have towards each other and sometimes even themselves. So my medium is multimedia. It's ceramics, it's metal, it's collage. I chose these things because they would be representative of the people that I am trying to speak for, in a sense. So a lot of the work, a lot of the materials are reclaimed materials from job sites. They're materials that I source from people that I know, people from the neighborhood. So I wanted the work to be meaningful throughout. It was a little bit jarring because it felt like I kind of was starting over. I was very nervous, but excited. I guess the confidence to try, that was the main win that I could say. The confidence to put myself out there and pursue the things that I want. So some of the challenges that I faced, being back at school, time management for one, new environment, new space, and being in the workforce for such a long time and then having to come back to school, it kind of felt like a step back. So it was challenging in that aspect, but the wins of it would be the confidence and furthering my skill set and meeting a lot of new and interesting people. Yeah, and learning about myself. That was a very important part of it. I would have to say the most difficult medium would have been charcoal, simply because of the permanence. I would like my audience to receive insight, whether it's from what they see or what they discover within themselves from the work, but insight is the main thing. Yes, I was welding for a long time, about 15 years now. It was my job before I decided to turn to art, and it has been very helpful, and I think it's going to be a big part in my artwork going forward. What I would tell adult students, come in with the mentality that you kind of don't know anything, and allow the teachers to actually teach and to take the lessons seriously, regardless of preconceived notions. The work speaks from both directions because it's for the boss and the employee. That's the best way to put it. It's for everyone that is taking part within the system to understand the roles that they play. So from the man on the block to the bosses, the corporate workers, everyone will definitely have something to take from the work. What it's trying to portray, or what it is portraying, is inherently rootsy. So you can't necessarily get away from that. It definitely is Bajan culture with a hint of the wider Caribbean.
My name is Ebony Jordan, and I'm a final year student in the Visual Arts Associate Degree in the Fine Arts Division. I'll be presenting at the 2026 Portfolio. My theme is morality. I mostly came up with it because I saw different perspective and how people, like their actions and their thoughts and how they go through and live in society in Barbados. I'm mostly focusing on like these 7 deadly sins and 7 heavenly virtues. For example, pride, greed, lust, gluttony, the virtues, humility, kindness, charity, diligence, chastity. And I'm mostly just exploring what's most prominent in Barbadian society. How do others see these sins in Barbados, and my own perspective also. With my pieces, instead of just telling how it is, I want to narrate a story and tell and show different perspectives into my drawings and my illustrations. Through actions, through characters. For example, my first piece, Sins, it has different elite. The elite people are characters who showing the personified actions of pride, greed, lust, and everything. This personifications of those sins and different perspectives. I also dwelt interviewing different people. I asked them, how do you see pride, wrath, greed in Barbados? And based on their perspective, I portrayed those perspectives into actions through the persona. I would like my audience to just see like opening, like, is this how Barbados really is? And like, oh, that's how Barbados is, I guess. You can be surprised at how it's portrayed, but understanding, oh well, yeah, that's how Barbados is, I guess, or how people are. I'm working on 2 pieces. My first piece, Sins. My second piece, Virtues. I'm using watercolor medium, watercolor paints as in base medium, and pencil crayons and pigment pen. My pieces are just a communication from myself to people. Instead of, I always wanted to create stories or narrate stories because I will always got ideas based on movies I watch, stories I read, or listening to music. So I just want to depict my own stories through my own illustrations. Challenges are the watercolors, how to like navigate them. I try to not be perfect in pieces. I just want to be like, okay, I like them. I don't want to just create work for people. I want to create work for myself and see myself through my pieces. I mostly like drawing rather than painting a lot. So I'm mostly, that's why I pick using pigment pens to line them out.
My name is Celine Cashier, and yes, I am a student of the Barbados Community College, and this is my final year at Associate Degree. My team is there in highlights, and I chose that team because I had a dream in America of a deer in headlights, and then a couple of stuff that I was going through. So I really thought that it spoke to me, so that's why I chose it. I just used to judge myself a little too harsh than I should, and I still do up to now. So I just wanted to speak to those people who are going through the same thing, or to those people who are judging people too harshly. And the medium that I chose was acrylic paint and oil paint. Acrylic because I've been doing it for a couple of years now, and also I could like step to something newer, and also it will blend more easily on canvas than acrylic for me. I like the time. My concept is about spiritual reckoning, internal judgment, and self-condemnation. Like I said, I just want people to feel that they don't have to judge themselves so harshly to the point where they want to do stuff they're not supposed to on themselves or to others. The audience, I would say teenagers from the young age of 13, but even 10-year-olds could be a part of it to adulthood, because I feel like you become more self-aware at 10, depending on the stuff that you're going through in your home or in your environment. So from anybody from 10 all the way up to whenever you die, sadly. I spoke to some people, but not to like really about the concept. I feel like if I spoke to too much people, they will like change my view, or like should I really continue to speak about it? But I mostly got interviews about how the piece was going. Like, is it okay for kids to look at a certain age? I spoke to my sister a lot coming into it because she's 11 years old, and I don't want kids to be afraid of what they see. So, yeah, I would say it's gruesome. Organs coming out the stomach area, slashes on the legs, arm missing, leg ripped off, my brain. I like those type of stuff. I just like the edgy, gruesome stuff, so I really wanted to put in there. I want people to be afraid. I want people to feel discomfort. A lot of stuff isn't shown like that nowadays. My biggest challenge was the head. I won't really say I have problems with the medium. The medium been like really good to me. Like it's going as it should, it's smooth, it's gliding nicely. But my main challenge was the anatomy for the head, for sure, up to the shoulder area. I'm having some trouble there, but I think I'm gonna get through with it. At certain level, you should know your anatomy, but when it comes to stylistic art, you can do whatever you really want to when it comes to anatomy. But I feel like every artist at the associate's degree level should have some level of anatomy coming into it. Work hard, learn, do stuff on your own, learn for yourself. Look around at the environment, but honestly, just put your mind to it. You can do whatever you want to do. You're an artist, so you can do whatever. Just put yourself out there, to be honest.